Hello everybody, welcome back to Tsui no Sora. Today we're going to be doing more of chapter 1. We might actually be seeing how it ends, I don't know. We've just seen probably the most unnecessary and out of place H scene I think I've ever seen in a visual novel. Yeah, I can't really say I like this H scene whatsoever. I mean, I just don't understand how the writing beforehand, Kotomi talking about every day and just contrasting how every day is extraordinary and then contrasting what an extraordinary day looks like compared to every day. That was so well written, and if anything, I think that's one of my favourite parts throughout the entirety of this visual novel. And then we just have this. I mean, okay, so the reason why I'm here, by the way, is because I want to reread just a little bit that highlights Kotomi and Yukito's relationship, because it is quite interesting, because I suppose Yukito is a person who has always had feelings for Kotomi. He's just never really... I suppose he's never really thought about it. No. He's like Tomosane in a way. He has thought about her romantically, it's just he's never really had the courage, and he's never thought that it's necessary, really. I suppose Kotomi, she never really had the courage to do it, and it was always... She always feels like Yukito is the one who propels her forward, really. And I suppose the best example is of that is when Yukito saves her when she's in the basement. I mean, she's somebody who probably could never... Oh, I don't know, I mean, she would have maybe died or maybe be scarred for life if it wasn't for Yukito, so... Yeah, he really is the person that saves her. I mean, it's just interesting how she feels as well, that she really wouldn't be how she was without him, really. So, yeah, I just wanna get some more info on the relationship, just reread a bit. Yeah, this is interesting. Yukito, I just love that Yukito is a person who he just feels so genuine. You never really see people like that. Just people that kindness is the only thing that you feel they have. Yeah, and she really doesn't have confidence, and both of them don't, if anything. They really do have that shared flaw, if you like. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I swear, in the H scene, there was no indication that any of this had happened. I really don't like that. Oh my god, yeah, fair enough. Oh yeah, that's really sweet, yeah. Yeah, isn't that ironic? I mean, you should let your parents know that you were alright. I guess she is just so invested in Yukito, and she feels like now can be the only time to, I suppose, say something to him about how she feels for her. Sorry, she feels for him. Yeah. So she feels so strongly that she kind of forgets about responsibility and the fact that her parents are worried about her. So she should maybe ask Yukito to call the parents. Oh god. Oh my god, this is hilarious. Yeah, that is really interesting. This is how it develops. Yeah, you want Yukito to stay with you forever, really. Stay with you throughout the entirety of your life. Yeah. Oh gosh, she has no confidence. I feel bad for her. Yeah, I like that. So I suppose you have to do as much as possible in order to get this miracle. Then I suppose we have the monologue from Kotomi just about everything regarding just daily life that I mentioned in the beginning that I just thought was a really standout moment of what I read last time. I think this scene really is sweet. I mean, I get that it's out of place, but it is still sweet. But it is interesting, this. I mean, obviously her traumatic event happened, and I suppose also you could just think about the fact that normal, everyday life seems like it's something that it can be snatched from somebody in such a quick amount of time. And that's what's scary about it, if anything. I mean, everything was snatched from, for example, Kotomi. Well, I suppose after the traumatic incident occurred, but also just in general, once everything went so much more chaotic as a result of, well, I suppose as a result of Takuji and Zakuro suiciding and Takuji becoming very deluded as a result of it, him being reborn, stuff like that. Yeah, but that has totally ruined her daily life, and now this life, the life of happiness and the life of peace, it just seems like such a... Oh, it seems like something that's so out there, and it's interesting because I never really would have thought that this is the case. I like that this perspective is being introduced to us. I like that, yeah. Yeah. I love that. And then obviously H scene hell begins. Right, here we go. Kotomi. Somebody, I mean, I think it's not wrong to say, get some fucking clothes on. Can you get some clothes on soon? Can you get up soon? Yeah. Yeah, God, she must be really, really tired. I mean, they literally had sex and then they just fell asleep the second it happened. I think that's so funny. Yeah, seriously. Yukito, how long was I asleep for? 9 in the morning. Oh my god. Yukito is so lucky that he doesn't have any parents here at the moment. I mean, my god. Yeah. If they saw somebody who was naked, who isn't exactly him there, that would just be a bit wrong. I mean, even if it was him, it would be a bit wrong. But it's even more wrong when it's not him. Oh my god, that's hilarious. God, she really, really was knocked out after everything that happened. Oh god. Seriously, yeah. Yeah, that's nice. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting that Kotomi's just properly emphasizing just how thankful and appreciative she is of the fact that Yukito was able to be her childhood friend. I mean, it's interesting to think about the fact that Yukito is somebody who's so isolated from everybody, and yet at the same time he's just such a nice person in general, really. I mean, I suppose a lot of the other isolated people we've seen, they're either really nice or just awful. I mean, yeah, Takuji. Yukito, thanks for everything. Yeah. Yeah, I really do wonder what would happen. I think Yukito is probably just... He's very, very speculative of the fact that even though Takuji has done all of this and he has made it so that the school has... Well, so that the school has entirely changed. There was nobody there, I suppose. He needs to investigate more. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, seriously. Really, really good point, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They are not in their right mind. These people are insane. They really are. And isn't it ironic to think about the fact that every single person in that room would be sane and they would be in their right minds if it wasn't for Takuji? Yeah. They are not in their right minds. That's a very good way of putting it. Interesting that, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, then again, I suppose Takuji was always viewing Kotomi for some reason as the person. Well, then again, I suppose it's because of the fact that Kotomi has had arguments with Takuji, and Takuji's been very, very rude. Let me just remind myself. Yeah, no, I suppose. Sorry, I forgot what I was saying. I just had to go and do something, but yeah. Takuji was having big arguments with Kotomi just about what he was spreading, and as a result of that, Kotomi was somebody who he really found. Whoa, she was a good target for experiencing the worst of what Takuji was to experience Takuji was to deliver because of the fact that she's obviously part of the Black Surge, guys. Yeah, in opposition to the Holy Surge. Yeah, so sane. Yeah, no, but totally. Yeah, they are the same. It's as if they are the same person, but just on opposite ends of the coin. And I think it's so funny that Yukito has so many viewpoints that Takuji has, and he can actually understand Takuji's viewpoints rather than just thinking that he's insane and nobody should listen to him. He actually can reason with his philosophy. And obviously he has very similar ideas, but they are just totally on different ends of the coin in terms of how they use their ideas. It's actually really cool, if you ask me. Yeah. I mean, who is better to say something like this? Sorry, not better, but more suitable to say something like this than Kotomi. In my opinion, nobody. Otonashiku. I think it's so funny that otonashi is, well, it means quiet in Japanese. Or at least I think it does. Yeah, seriously, yeah. Yeah, but she feels this is more important. Yeah, God, he's probably under house arrest. That's hilarious. Oh no, what? Dude, I mean, I get that you're curious, but you are fucking stupid. I mean, this person has quite literally been... Well, you know what's happened to her. And yet you're still thinking of going. Can I just mention, if you've read Higurashi, you will realise why these things are so... They just feel wrong. Because you'd always get borders like this, and you get the logo of the game at the bottom right, saying, well, just mentioning when the chapter has been finished. So it just feels so wrong to see these. Oh my god, I lied. Oh god, curiosity is quite literally going to kill the cat. Oh yeah, no, totally reasonable, yeah. Oh god, that's awful. So he's fighting Takuji just because of the fact that he wants to... Well, I suppose he's not necessarily doing it because of the fact that... Well, no, he's firstly doing it because he thinks everything that is going on with Takuji is just wrong and it needs to be stopped. But secondly, he's doing it in order to fulfill his sense of pride. God. Can I just say you're a fucking idiot? I'm sorry, there's no other way for me to put it. I mean... but then again, you could be an idiot, but you could be very brave as well. Fair enough. God, this is going to be exciting. Dude, you are so cheeky. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Imagine if somebody that isn't Kotomi comes. That would be so funny. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's reasonable. I thought his thigh was stabbed with a pen, though. I got that wrong. Oh my god, seriously, yeah. Oh yeah, I like that. So I'd assume that the Yakuza movie here is just the case that you were going with as little resources as possible, and yet you're trying to make the biggest difference possible at the same time. I've never watched a Yakuza movie. To be fair, I can understand why it would be cooler. God damn, you're probably being Yasuko in this situation. Yeah, fair enough. I wonder what it could be. Maybe a small knife? But then again, I mean, that is a very sharp blade. I don't really get how you'd hide that easily. And I suppose hiding a knife is risky as well, because if something weird happens, there could be the risk of getting hurt by the blade. yeah, seriously. I mean, if anything, Yasuko should have used that. Oh god, am I really going to finish the sentence I was just about to say? Yes, I am. She could have used that thing she was using as a weapon at the beginning that she took off that made her look like a Futanari. That would have been so funny. This is going to be exciting. Going to school. Small difference. You're going to fucking die. Potentially. And you're going to go somewhere very illegal. And very, well, that stinks of, well, I suppose like Ayana said, just the bad depths of people's hearts, of darkness, and I suppose, I wonder if you'll find the cruel and chaos in there. I like that. Ah yes, you're so late that you probably arrive at school once the school day ends. Is it? Oh, there we go. Wow. My god. I mean, I get that Yukito was spending a lot of time preparing, but still. I mean, to be fair, it must have been pretty annoying with the answer machine, especially if he didn't know how to work it. I just love that he's thinking this out so well. I mean, if he dies, it's his own fault. God, I feel bad for Kotomi if that's the case. He really is being irresponsible. And it is interesting, I suppose. Kotomi's always thinking about when she needs Yukito, but it's never really the other way around. He does a lot of things on his own. I feel like Yukito needs Kotomi. Sorry, Kotomi needs Yukito as way more than the other way around. Oh god, here we go. Sound of Doom. Here we go. Oh. Getting my sound murdered. Sorry, getting my ears murdered by the sound effects. God, I love it. I really wonder who these characters are, by the way. Why is Kiyoshi significant? What's... That's so weird. You're telling me Kiyoshi is going to be a significant character in this story? Yep. Seriously, yeah, that's the hilarious thing. The only thing is, yesterday you won. Are you going to win today? Who knows? He always sees somebody, and that's always how these things begin, it feels. Oh, it's Ayana. Yep, because Ayana definitely doesn't have a life. She spends the entire day at school, it feels like. What, the Tsui no Sora? Oh, fuck. Oh my god, I love that her eyes are just totally turning evil. I think that really indicates... I mean, she knows way more than is being talked about here. And I just find it hilarious to think about the fact that she knows something that we definitely don't. That could possibly happen to Yukito. Maybe he will be able to see Tsui no Sora. He will be able to see the place in which people die. Because, well, maybe he himself will die. Who knows? I mean, they will kill him, let's be honest here. If they deem him worthy of being killed, I suppose. Yeah, that's hilarious. I like that. Yeah, that's totally true. He sounds so cool. She seems quite dejected. Interesting. It is actually really quite interesting how she likes us, really. And I suppose how here, this is never something I would have thought Ayana would have. Just a genuine dejected face about being rejected. That's interesting. But then again, I mean, I suppose it could be dejected because of the fact that this Yukito, who she feels is special, oh, he's not going to be existing for that much longer, I feel. Oh. Doesn't really sound like... Well, thanks for just disproving everything I said. I don't think she'd be that careless and she wouldn't be that deceptive. Interesting. The school pool looks really cool in the night, by the way. You're just happening to go to the same location. Complete coincidence, am I right? She's going to see the Tsui no Sora as well. Interesting. No, there's no way. She did genuinely disappear, I think. I find that funny. Total emergency. Oh my god. That's a bad mindset. Hey, otonashi. Yep, totally agree.
そりゃ下水だから臭いだろう。ってそうじゃなくてだな。今日は大人。あ。
Oh.
あいつ排水タンクの中に入りやがった。
I find it really quite funny to think about the fact that the visibility is so low that it's genuinely hard to tell about whether she's disappeared or not, even though he has a flashlight. I think she is genuinely disappearing. She's totally teasing us. Yeah, she's just teleporting. I don't know how she can, but I think that's what's happening. Yeah. Yeah, just casually giving him the clues. I like it. Yeah. Worst mistake of his life, to be honest. Oh, I really wasn't expecting this. This is exactly the same background as the one in Tsubahibi. No, it is genuinely the same. Actually, I feel like the colour scheme might be a tiny bit different. Let's just go into some sort of It's My Own Invention video I have. Oh my god, my hard drive is taking 10 years to load it. Come on. I have all my Tsubahibi videos stored in the hard drive. Hello, I've got a frame that... I've got a video that literally starts with it. No, it's exactly the same image. No, actually, no. It's recoloured. Or at least it looks recoloured. Let me just show you a little comparison of what I'm thinking of here. Look at this. It is kind of recoloured. But it's only recoloured by a tiny bit. It's actually quite hard to notice. Kyuseishu-sama. Miwen Kyuseishu-sama. What the hell is this? Oh my god. Oh, I'm going to be excited to hear, just from such an outsider's perspective, what this is. It's almost going to remind me of Down the Rabbit Hole too. He figured it out, damn. Oh, it's built on a slope. Interesting. Oh, I like that analogy. Yeah, totally. Yep, exactly. Yeah, like Yukito instinctively thought, Takuji had made it so that tons of people were here. And yet at the same time, he thought that nobody has... Well, nobody... Sorry, let me just completely rephrase that. So, well, loads of people have disappeared, and yet at the same time, even though he's gone down the manhole, which has had scratches that have recently been made, finds nothing. Even though he was so near to finding everything, he still had the conclusion that everyone had gone missing. Even though he was that close. I mean, so many people could go missing down in a place like this just because of the fact that it's so hidden and obscure. I mean, who thinks of going to a place like this? Who even thinks of opening the manhole? Never mind going here. I mean, I'm sorry, but the only reason you would find anything here is if you were properly curious. And obviously if you're curious at the right time, I suppose, because... I mean, most of the times, if you're curious, there would be nobody here. Or maybe Takuji would be wanking, I don't know. I feel bad for saying that, but it's kind of true. Well, no, it's fully true. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Oh, I can see that, and I like the fact that everything is made of stone, so it kind of gives that atmosphere. I suppose it doesn't fully, but you just kind of get the same feeling. I wonder how the smell must compare. Oh, yeah, you're asking the right questions. Human activity, it indicates. Interesting. Don't go to the source of that engine, please. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Is it a crucifixion? Ah, never mind. Okay then. It's not a crucifixion. Oh yeah, more color grading as well. I like it. Oh, new text. Oh shit. You go to the eye doctor, you stupid. I mean, it's Takuji, that probably says slut. Die, you slut. I love Ridudu. I love Ridudu-chan. This week's episode fucking sucked. So it's basically the same as before. I just think it's so funny that he writes this week's episode fucking sucked on a wall. Can I just mention that Ridudu looks similar yet different? This looks different. Yeah, indicating that there is somebody who is not very right in the mind here. Oh my fucking god, yeah! That is actually a really good point. I mean, can we just take a moment to realise that Takuji has no glasses and his eyesight is horrible? Wait, no, yeah. He has barely any vision, and yet at the same time he was able to draw something like this. I just really wonder when he drew it. I wonder if he drew it before Tsubasa's crowd. I think it was actually Tsubasa, but I don't know. Well, before his glasses were broken, or if it was after. It's not really told to us, but I have a feeling it could be before. I mean, how could he make such a detailed drawing with bad eyesight? But then again, I suppose you could answer that with with proper dedication. That's how he could do it, but yeah. I don't know. I'd assume it's done. It was done before he had his glasses. So he's been, I suppose he's been having Ridudu as his waifu for a long time. Yeah, fair enough.
最古の壁画は小部洞窟で3万年前だと記憶しているが。
Well, then again, I suppose so. I suppose older paintings just haven't been found. Doesn't necessarily deny their existence. Why would Ayana make a mistake? I'm sorry, but this Ayana is weird. That just feels so weird. I just don't understand how she would make a mistake. She feels like the most omniscient and articulate and just in general knowledgeable person that I've seen so far in this story. It just feels so weird that this is something that can be said.
そもそも こんな落書きと古代の人間が描いた壁画
Ah,
が
that's
全然違うだろ
hilarious.
なぜそう思う？
いやだってラスコーにしろアルタミラ
So
に
these
し
are
ろ
really,
ショ
really
ーラ
old
にしろ
caves.
こんな適当な落書きじゃない
Damn. I disagree. I think this is objectively really high quality. It's high quality artwork, and I think this is actually well done. I mean, maybe not the hands, but look at the anatomy and I suppose the creativity of the drawing as well. I think it's all honestly really well done. Takuji definitely does have talent when it comes to drawing, and especially because of the fact that you can't exactly erase stuff when you were drawing it on the wall. I mean, like I said before, proper dedication must have been required in order to draw this. Let's actually look at Chauvet or Chauvet or whatever. I'm curious what it looks like. Oh, I'm guessing film lights. Oh my god. So I can see why Yukito would feel this is artwork. Oh, this is really cool. I like that. So unusual. It looks like a herd of animals. It's really ambiguous, actually. And obviously we've got party lights, it looks like. That's hilarious. They're quite cool. Loads of horses, it looks like. God, I feel like stuff like this, if you properly studied it, it could tell you so much about existence in the past. It's really cool. So they're all reasonably similar. What is this? I mean, this can't be real, can it? Hang on a second, is this a genuine image? Wait, what? Artifact porn? Who comes up with names like these? I wonder if this is actually real or not. I'm not really finding many information that suggests it. Oh, wow. That's weird. I mean, this photo looks real. It's a science photo library. Maybe that could tell you more about its validity. That's really cool, though. I like it. It's really, really cool just how old relics of society have always existed, and I suppose it's just up to us now to uncover them. And I suppose the more advanced archaeology gets, the more we will be able to learn about properly old civilization. And I suppose that just goes in general with science as well. I mean, for example, the more we'll be able to look at past climates, past species, past... Well, I suppose maybe the change of physics of the Earth? Don't know. And obviously the creation of the Earth as well. And obviously why we exist. Yeah. I like that question, I really do. Oh my god. It kind of... In this case, yes, totally, because dedication implies total attachment. No. I mean, a poor painting could be one that somebody's half-assed and just done it because, I don't know, for example, he wants to get something done or get a homework project done, or, I don't know, just something that's not really made with the heart. You usually think that because of the fact that you've put your heart into it, you have spent a ton of time into it, but then again, it may not always be the case. And this is where subjectivity comes in. Maybe something that looks amazing to someone could look awful to someone else. It's a really subjective question. Do the things you think are poor lack soul, even though the person who made them may be really proud of their work and may have put all of their soul into?
人の血であるのならば。
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it can be implied, possibly, but not necessarily with every implication. Yeah. I don't like this.
冗談もほどほどにしろ。単に赤い塗料で書かれているだけじゃ
I
ない
don't
か。
understand how it would be blood, to be honest. I mean, if it was blood, I'm sorry, but in chapter 5, I feel like we would have had just some indication of serious self-harm, and I feel like there would have been something based on it if it was the case. There is no way this is not either red paint or, I don't know, a Sharpie or something. Just some sort of permanent marker.
血とはそういう意味ではない。
Yeah, it can't be.
だったら。
時を流れるものとして捉える生物。彼らが言葉を得て何を考え、何を思い、何をするのか。
I like this because I suppose it's saying that Ryuru is a being that, well, I suppose she is a being that perceives the flow of time. Well, no. Then again, this person doesn't actually exist. But I suppose when the delusion acquires language, oh no, they actually knows. Nah.
少しばかり気になっていた。ルルイへの声が漏れるときに誰かの魂が共鳴する。
Wait, so I remember this from yesterday. Oh yeah, the fictional. Yeah. No, I remember. Yeah, the fictional lost city and the prison of Cthulhu in H.P. Lovecraft stories. That's actually really quite interesting. So whose soul?
空へ帰り、正しき星の並びとなる。その時に再び門は開かれる。
That's weird.
どういうことだよ。
今は
Yeah, seriously.
いつのどこ？
はあ、今は1999年7月19日だよ。場所はこの場だ。新プールの土台だろう。
それはユキト君にとっての今なの？
俺にとってじゃなくて誰にとっても今は1999年7月19日だ。
そうなんだ。自宅にいたユキト君にとっても今は1999
That's
年
weird. What?
7月19日なんだ。
自宅？その時は18日だ。
Exactly. Yeah, I think she's talking about a different
誰
Yukito.
にとっても今は1999年7月。
Oh yeah. No. I like
そ
that.
んなへりくつを言っている場合じゃない。
I like that. Yeah.
ただ私は本当にそのあたりがわからなくて、ユキト君にとっての今とはどこのことなのか、そして間宮君にとっての今とはどこのことなのか。
マミヤ？
今という言葉は面白い。一体どこの空間をとって今と言っているのかさっぱりわからない。
今は空間じゃない。時間の中にあるものだ。
時間？時間というもののどこが今という場所なの？
だから時間は場所じゃないし。
ったらユキト君が言うここってどこなの？
そりゃこの場だろ。
この場とここの関係がわからない。それは指させるものなの？
ここだよ。
ユキト君が言うここはユキト君から
Oh god, this
1
is...
メートルぐらいの空間を
She's probably playing mind games. I like this.
ふざけんな。
どうしたの？間宮君じゃなくて私を殴りたくなったの？
Oh, yeah, no. She totally knows what to do.
なぜお前はそんなわけのわからないことを聞くんだ？なぜそんな当たり前のことを聞くんだ？
さあ、ただ興味があったから。空に魂が帰り、それが正しい星々の形をするならば、彼らは再び今とここという概念を理解す
That's
る。
really weird.
彼らがそれを理解するにはあまりに遠い場所に閉じ込められた。
お前一体お前の言う彼らとお前を
彼らは私とも言ってもいい。
つまりお前は
The fuck? What the fuck? Are you telling me that he is Takuji? What? What the actual hell is going on? Of course he's not there! That is so weird. Jesus Christ. That was a real turn I did not expect. This is so weird though. Let's see if we can make sense of this, because this is very confusing. And I think if anything, explaining that just makes it even more confusing. I don't know if I want to believe if Yukito is Takuji or not. I mean, that could be really good evidence that this is the case. But the only thing is, it just feels a little bit odd for Kotomi not to exist. Because I feel like if Yukito's Takuji, why would Kotomi exist? Well, then again, I mean, maybe it could be the case that Kotomi is not a delusion and... Well, no. Even better question, why does it feel like Yukito has a constant flow of time? But then again, I suppose in Down the Rabbit Hole 2, Yuki felt like she had a constant flow of time, but the only thing is a lot of memories we were seeing, they were falsely narrated, so we were seeing what... Well, I suppose we were seeing what the narrator wanted us to see. We were seeing some things that just genuinely didn't happen. I wonder if it could be the same case here. I don't know what to believe, if I'm going to be honest. I really don't. I don't think Kotomi is a delusion, but also, I think it's just really unlikely. But I feel like if we understand this, we might have a different interpretation. Just red paint. This is really unusual. It's very prophetic. So I suppose... But it is actually really weird. I mean, if you can perceive and be affected by the flow of time. If you have no language... Well, if you have no language, it's very unusual because... How do you... Well, I mean, obviously you do biologically exist, but... How do you perceive your existence if you don't have language? It's really weird, but... I feel like if people don't have language, all of their thoughts are just instinct. Actually, no, could you say that? Because, I mean, for example, animals, they probably... No, but animals may have their own language, it's just isn't recognized or understood by humans. So I can't necessarily say that, but something that has no language, I mean, how can it actually think if it doesn't have language? Because I suppose nearly all thoughts are instinct, but the only thing is they feel like they're not instinct because of the fact that they can be put into words with language. Yeah, but what do you do when you have just acquired language? I see that. But how do you acquire language as well? I mean, I just think it's really weird that, I mean, babies, for example, they have no language, they have no linguistic ability whatsoever, and yet at the same time, they learn language, and then, well, they learn language and then they're brought up in order to understand it, and obviously develop their skills. But the weirdest thing is the fact that by learning the language, they develop something that seems so natural to them because it's heard around them all the time, that their thoughts can go from, I suppose, the thoughts of someone who's perceiving time to thoughts like that. Because you would have thought without language, they just think on instinct. It's really weird. And I suppose it's kind of like why maybe some people can't remember, well, I don't know, just for example, their very young years and when they were born, and whenever you see a picture of yourself as a baby, you just think it is another person. You just can't think it's yourself. But at the same time, it is. It's just such a weird question. I mean, how do you acquire language? Well, I suppose you acquire language by learning it, but how do your thoughts turn from ones that are of instinct to ones that are of language? It's so weird. It really is. It's really cool, actually. So as the voice of, well, I suppose as the voice of the Lost City leaks out, where, I suppose, Rylia, or I'll say Rylia. How do you say that? Let's see if there's a pronunciation. Oh wow, somebody's actually made a video on this.
Struggle with and mispronounce as well, so make sure to stay tuned. Yeah. I know many people.
Oh, Ria. Right, Ria. Okay, I'll just say it like that. Well, I suppose if Ria leaks out, somebody's soul finds resonance with it, and that's really unusual though. I mean, Ria, I suppose, is the city of the lost, and the city in which Cthulhu is prisoned, so really, really deadly enemy is prisoned, and a lot of danger leaks out. So I suppose it's like saying, as the voice of somebody, well, no, as the voice of what is imprisoning the the dangerous leaks out. Oh yeah, I suppose this is just like the voice of darkness and the voice of, and I suppose if you link it to Takuji's delusions, it's like saying there's something locked up inside him, but then what happens as a result of Zakuro is there's a trigger for this voice to then leak out of the lost city and then reside in Takuji. And I suppose the reason why this darkness is lost is because of the fact that, actually, I don't know, because you would have thought the darkness, well, no, it's darkness because I suppose it's darkness that's lost because it's never happened before, I suppose, and it's always a potential Takuji has to become, rather than something that has actually happened. I don't know. It's interesting that the stars are in this, well, not in a state of, I can't really say equilibrium, I'll just say in a stable state, really. They are disrupted. That's actually really unusual to think about the fact that the stars and the order of the world will be right when people die, but the gate will open again. That's so weird. I don't really understand that. I mean, the gate will open. I suppose you would have thought that the souls returning to the sky implies that the gate will be open in order for the living to connect to the, well, not really for the living, for the spirits of the living to become the dead. But I don't really get how that is relevant to this. But I suppose it's just saying that there is a horrible amount of chaos that is present within the school now. So I suppose when the souls return to the sky, I suppose that obviously the incident will no longer be happening, but at the same time nothing will be right and nothing will be stable anymore, just because this will have a lasting effect long term. So I don't really get this. Oh wait, no, hang on a second. I kind of get this now. If this is saying something, if this is maybe a quote of something that will happen, everything will be right and everything will be returned, and if anything, the impure and indecent world will be, it will go back to being something that is, no. These people will be able to escape the world. And I suppose when the people who have escaped the world, who view the world as impure and something that is constructed upon lies, the stars will go back to being correct because of the fact that because the world only reflects people who want to live in it and they don't question their existence and they don't go against human nature, maybe, and then the gate will open to welcome them to death, I suppose. I don't know, it's unusual. It is interesting that when she says everyone here, she is referring to people from different timescales as different people. This was so weird about Rirudu as well. I've seen Rirudu before. She looks like from Data Live, Itsuka Kotori. She looks like her. That guy that Shido's commander. I don't really remember much of the plot, to be honest. I only watched that when I was younger. I watched Data Live, but I never watched High School DxD. The funny thing is, I never watched it because I thought the hentai was too bad. And now I'm reading Edoge. Oh god. How things have changed. I literally was put off because of the NSFW in High School DxD, and now I'm reading Edoge. I mean, it's a bit concerning. That's hilarious to think. So it's interesting to think that here and now is different for Yukito, and it could potentially be different from Mamiya. I mean, now is the same, surely, because they perceive time the same, but here is different. I love that they're just kind of having two conversations. It really feels like that. Yeah, but it's very weird. Fucking hell. It is a technical argument. I can kind of see that. So, yeah, but I mean, when you say now, yeah, now is something in time. Now I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to do something. You never. I will now do something. But yeah. There's no place that could be referred to as now, unless the place name was quite literally called Now. Now I'm going to now. It's ridiculous. Yeah. It is weird though. It is. That's actually really interesting. So here is he's directly pointing to the space a meter from him, and he's saying that's here. But the only thing is, surely when you do that, that only represents one part of the place that could be revolving as here. I mean, surely if you revolve to a place as here, it's your entire surroundings. You were engulfed by a place. I just don't really understand this much. It's very confusing to me. So, I mean... So time isn't a physical space, and yet Ayana is saying this, and where is the space called now? I suppose a space within time. A certain section within time that is dedicated to now. But now is never constant. Now is always a changing time. Maybe you could think about it like that. If here is somewhere, well, here changes, but for example, every unit of time, really, what is considered now is changing. But at the same time, what you consider here is not changing. I don't know, I'm just guessing at this point. I don't really get this. But where is it within time? If you think about that, I suppose you've got, let's say for example, you've got data. You've got a lower bound of data and then you've got an upper bound of data. And it is always the upper bound of the data. It's always the highest value that is considered now, no matter how many values are added to the data set, I suppose. It's kind of, I'm kind of thinking of maybe a number line that infinitely extends by, I don't know, like n+1 or something. Well, n equals n+1. And then I suppose, you just have an n value and then it increases by 1 each time. If time isn't a physical space, then where is here? God. That's interesting. It's not obvious though. It feels so obvious and yet it's really confusing. This is the most confusing thing in the visual novel. Also, the fact that, that really, really weird, that Hindu related story that Ayana was saying, and then Takuji, and then Yukito realised something that then made it so that he needs to go to see Takuji when Ayana was reciting a passage out of something. And then he realised what the meaning of it was. I haven't understood that yet, but yeah. That's weird. Is it because there is no here and now? Maybe. I don't know. And if they are not products of the world, not something that can be put into words, they are not something that perceives the flow of time, really. And they don't exist to human beings. That's so weird. Oh yeah, that's really interesting. So what happens after if they will be able to understand the concepts of here and now, and where, I suppose, what is here and what is now is a lie? But then again, I mean, if you think about the belief that the reincarnation of Ayana's soul provides everything, and it provides food for thought for everything here, then I suppose that could make a bit of sense. But how would they realise once they've died? But I like that, yeah. They are me. Oh, yeah, totally, yeah. Yeah, so everybody is Ayana. Look at that confirmation. Or at least I think it's a confirmation. I'm a little bit biased because I believe this, so I will obviously twist this to fit my belief a bit, but yeah. It's coming from your skull! I'm just kidding. Ah. Oh god. Oh my god, this is going to be exciting. Of course. Are we going to see Megu and Satoko here? Or at least their substitutes? Huh? I really like the starry sky and the nature of the fact that the stars are wrong at the moment, but at the same time they're going to be turning right again when everybody returns to the sky. Oh yes, it all sounds so pleasant. Yeah, it's not like fucking hundreds of people are going to suicide. No, not at all. The stars are going to become correct. I don't get it. It's really weird. Oh yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah, and the place where a lot of other people were going to fall from. A lot. This is going to be interesting. Oh my god. Oh yeah, look at that. It's Yasuko and Takuji. It looks very similar to the CG in Subahi B. If anything, I think it might be exactly the same. No, it's similar, but it feels that little bit more different. So that's really interesting because I remember in Down the Rabbit Hole 2, we saw Takuji and Yasuko here. So I suppose this is just like a little substitute of what happened. Obviously it's a bit different because Kotomi doesn't actually exist here, but yeah. Really? I'm surprised. Oops. Somebody just suicides and all I can say is oops. Sounds like me, alright. God, what a disgusting sound effect. Oh, we can't listen to it again. Oh, yeah, no, totally. This is the sound of disgust. It is the sound of... It is the sound of the realization that even though we are walking, talking, thinking, contemplating beings, we are ultimately just meat and electrical signals and bone. It's a bit weird to think. It is weird to think that. I mean, the fact that somebody can be so I mean, people were full of emotions, but if you kill them, they are just meat and bone. It's freaky. It really is freaky, if I'm going to be honest. I mean... Oh my god. I'm sorry I used that word. God, I forgot that's now slang that people use commonly. Oh god. There are some modern slang words that go around in school that I can't stand, and I've just accidentally said one of them, for fuck's sake. I'm being infected, confirmed. Yeah. Yeah. This is only the beginning. Wait, no, it's not the beginning. Everybody's fucking suicided. This is going to be interesting to see Takuji and Yukito's conversation. Hell yeah. Yeah. Why are his legs... Why does this just look so weird? I'm sorry, but this character's art style just looks so unnatural. I think that's why. Yukito-kun. Interesting.
てめえ一体何を。
まだ君はそんなところにいたんだね。僕はたった今みんなを救済したところだよ。
Sure thing, Takuji, sure thing. Mmm.
消えた連中全員を殺したのか。
That's exactly what he did.
殺す？君は救済と殺戮の差すらわからないのかい。
てめえの救済っていうのはトマトケチャップをぶちまけることなのか。
I mean, okay, sure. But... is this your idea of a serious statement made to confront somebody?
ユキト君らしからぬレベルの高い冗談だ。
This is one time where I agree with Takuji. To be fair, a lot of what Takuji says does actually have reasonable logic behind it. Or at least some of it does. Yeah. Oh god, that must be terrifying.
てめえの足元に転がる脳天ぶちまけしたいわ。全部冗談か。
Yeah, seriously, yeah.
僕は君とずっと前から話がしたかったよ。
俺は願い下げだ。
なぜだい？
言葉が通じない。
I like that. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
それは君に問題があるんじゃないのかい？
Well, the fact that he can't see the saving grace and he can't understand it. Oh god. Yeah, I like that. What about you? Maybe the fact that you are you deviate from reality so much that you can't even speak the same language as somebody who is very rational and sane. If anything, I think Yukito is probably one of the most rational and obviously sane visual novel characters I've ever read about. That really is saying something. To be fair, Umineko has a lot of ties. Or a lot of contenders. Some people are very rational, they're just very evil at the same time. I'm going to spoil the entirety of Umineko here, so go if you don't want to, but Genji is a person that if you see stuff with love, he's fine, and if anything, he's one of the better characters in the story, and he's very kind. If you don't, he is probably the villain of the story.
殴るのかい？
ああ、殴ってお前を警察に連れて行く。
Yeah, totally reasonable.
は？警察？警察なんてそんな幼稚な言葉が出てくるとは思いもしなかったよ。笑えるね。
笑えねえよ。
Yeah, totally reasonable. I just think it's so funny that Takuji is just so... Well, he feels like he's done something good and he's benefited the world positively. And he's done that thing that his mum has always made him feel forced to do. Yeah, but the only thing is obviously... The reality is that he's murdered loads of people. No, he hasn't. They have murdered themselves, but at the same time him and Kimika have encouraged it. Or maybe Yasuko in this case. We don't know who Kimika is, and Kimika is whoever the substitute for Kimika is. It's maybe one of these three characters, and I think one of them is obviously going to be Rirudu, and I don't know about the other one. Maybe Hasaki? No, it's got to be Hasaki. Actually, I don't know why Hasaki would be relevant if we don't see Takuji's viewpoint. Yeah, I don't either.
少なくともてめえやそこの転がる死体どもを見る限りな。俺はてめえをあそこで殴るべきだった。
Oh, no, totally reasonable. Yeah, just hit him, make it so that make it so that before he escalates into his crimes, he gets a taste of reality and he gets a taste of punishment. But then again, nothing would have happened. And if anything, it probably would have just encouraged his delusions more. I think the same outcome would have happened. Unless he was physically disfigured from the hitting.
なぜ躊躇したんだ。
It's because he's kind.
そうすれば。
そうすればどうしたんだい？
Yeah.
ことみだって。
ことみ？ああ、あの女か。安子が憧れていたようだけど、憧れというのは
Jesus fucking Christ.
しみに変わるのだね。安子のことみくんに対する攻めはかなりのものだったらしいよ。
I mean, I get that you've deviated from reality, but you are fucked up. Yeah, it's actually really interesting. Obviously, Yasuko always has had a thing with Kotomi, and she's been jealous of Yukito, definitely. But I suppose now it's the case that intense hatred has come from the fact that the person that she likes, like Kiyokawa in a way, and actually she's really quite similar to Kiyokawa, person she loves, but then obviously she doesn't follow her ideals. So as a result of that, she hates them, and then that leads to justification of, you know what, in their heads, just because they are insane. All thanks to Mamiya Takuji. Oh yeah, no, you get mad at him for that, yeah. Oh, is he just... Oh my god. Is he gonna kill himself?
Mamiya!
Oh yeah, no, he was totally lying here. What? New loop? This is really weird.
あれはTsuiの空。
Yeah, no, that's really interesting. Yeah, just to think that that's his instinct. Something unknown that's always been talked about. Yeah, that indicates the end. Yeah, seriously, yeah. God, this loop is so ominous. Oh my god! What a distraction. Wow, isn't it interesting? So I think if the Tsui no Sora hadn't come, Yukito genuinely would have been able to give Takuji the justice. But then again, I mean, Takuji is thinking that this is his salvation alone. Nobody will steal it. Fucking hell. That's really quite something. What a way of distracting him. Yeah, and it's totally distracted him. Ah. The amount of people standing here has gone down by 2. Yep. So what's going to happen now? Is he going to... Oh, that's unusual. That was not what I was expecting. I thought that we were just going to have a twist that would totally wreck our understanding of this, i.e. Yukito would die as well, like Yuki did in Down the Rabbit Hole 2, when her skull split open. And it felt like it was just the definition of Takuji.exe Tomosane.exe stopping its operation. DDLC spoilers, but it reminds me of when Yuri dies in the end. And all of the text goes off the screen and she starts speaking in the most random Unicode characters and there's loads of dialogue and she just dies slowly and slowly and even more slow. That's really unusual. Yeah, it is definitely not caused by the ears. By the ears? Well, yeah, it's not caused... Well, technically it is caused by the ears. If it wasn't for our ears, we wouldn't be able to hear the strange sound. I meant to say it's not caused by the wind. The sound is technically caused by the ears, though. I mean, it's caused by the person who makes the sound and the ears. Oh yes, because it's nothing, isn't it? That's just everyday occurrence, isn't it? Oh my god. God, I forgot how unsettling this, the loops, I suppose choir-like sounds are. Yeah, they're properly scary here, and interesting that we're seeing Tsui no Sora again. God damn. I just find it really unusual to think about the fact that Yukito is somebody who is fully sane, and he's not necessarily a personality of anybody else, and yet at the same time we are still seeing Tsui no Sora. That just makes so little sense. I really do wonder what the true nature of the end sky is. How does it exist, and why does it exist? But then again, I mean, I suppose you could think about the fact that if everything is Ayana's doing, why does reality have any uniformity, really? It's really quite funny to think about the fact that this is what Ayana has been trying to tell Yukito all this time, and yet he's just not listening because it sounds so unreal. This is so weird. That's really weird, yeah. Well, yeah, the Tsui no Sora is nothing. Mamiya has just jumped off. But the only thing is the Tsui no Sora is something that isn't there, but at the same... Well, yeah, it's neither something that is there, yet at the same time it's neither something that's not there. If it isn't there and it is there, what is it? Well, if it is there and it isn't there, then it's a delusion? Jesus Christ. Did people know that... Did Tsubahibi's creators know that everybody quotes this?
私であるでも私でないでもない。
なんでもないよ。ただ間宮君が飛び降りただけだよ。
あなたであるでもあなたでないでもない。
Oh my god, look at the Tsui no Sora. Wow. That's really weird. Oh, that's really unusual. Isn't it interesting? I think I actually kind of get that now. Ah, yes, somebody suiciding is attributed to homework. Jesus Christ. No, but I think this is all trying to say, in the grand scheme of things, that nothing exists. It's nothing. Mamiya just jumped off, but the only thing is Mamiya doesn't exist and you don't exist and nothing objectively exists. And maybe that could reinforce the idea that everything is a reincarnation of Ayana. Because this is not the real world, this is just merely a story that she created. And if it's nothing, then it's something that doesn't have to have a flow. It can chop and change all it likes. Alright. Get on cue, that's hilarious. Oh, we've got an indentation. So we've gone from school, or isn't school, and then sex. Right. It's nothing. Mamiya-kun just jumped off. It either is the world or isn't the world. Oh, yeah. That's interesting. Oh my god, I love that the moon from the Tsui no Sora is quite literally looking at him. No way, is he gonna die? Kitto. Kitto.
Yukito-kun.
The fuck?
音無し綾菜
I was convinced everything was going to end then, what?
今一体何が
Seriously, yeah, he feels as if he's genuinely seen all of this, what?
騒がしくなる。
Yeah, fair enough. Oh yeah, yeah, with the sirens of the police cars, yeah. Well, no, everybody would have... like that. This farce. It's the end. Ooh, I did not expect to be able to go ahead. Are we going to see the aftermath of the incident, or what? Oh, wow. This is not what I was expecting whatsoever. That's properly weird. That is properly weird. To think about the fact that this scene here is an entire... I mean, it's obvious that the Tsui no Sora is something that doesn't exist, and all the Tsui no Sora really is here, if you ask me, it's just a means of marking the end. It doesn't do anything apart from mark the end of Takuji's scheme. Why is it then the case that something has to mark Takuji's scheme? What's so significant about it? We haven't really been told anything. Yeah, what actually is the significance of the Tsui no Sora? Well, then again, I suppose it's the final sky somebody sees. It is the sky they see at the limit of their world. So I suppose the limit of Takuji's world is... But why would the limit of Takuji's world and what is seen at the end of it be shown to us? Well, when I say the limit of the world, by the way, I refer to just the limit of the potential, of the things that have potential to happen. Because beyond that limit, nothing can happen, because Mamiya-kun just jumped off. So he's so terrified that he can't even do anything, but I don't believe somebody like Yukito would have, well, let's be honest, schizo-like hallucinations. I don't really understand what this is. I mean, it doesn't necessarily seem stressed, and he seems very composed. I think this is genuinely something here. I think maybe Tsui no Sora could be a means of Ayana trying to tell Yukito that the world doesn't exist. And maybe that's why nothing happened after Tsui no Sora was shown to Yukito. That's weird. Kito? Kito means definitely in Japanese. I don't know, kanarazu or tashikani as well. Or zettai ni, I suppose. Yeah, the end of the farce. Very odd. God damn. That is reasonable though, yeah. To be fair, how does the innocence actually get proved? What happened to Ayana as well? Yeah. I don't blame him after that terrifying display of the Tsui no Sora. I really don't blame him whatsoever. I hope Ayana appears right in front of us. Yeah, totally reasonable. I mean, who the fuck could unsee something like this? Because he did genuinely see it. That's the weirdest thing. I'm sorry, but if you have the rationality to think something like this, I think it's very unlikely it was a hallucination. I think it's very unlikely your brain is damaged enough to actually hallucinate. I don't know, I'm sorry, I just don't think something like that would happen to Yukito. But then again, I mean, we don't know about his past, we only know about the present. We don't actually know much about Yukito, so maybe. I don't actually think we have enough information to give a realistic answer to this, about the fact that it was potentially a hallucination. Yeah, seriously, yeah. I mean, if it's a hallucination, it's not only something that's visual, but something that's audible as well. I mean, it's a proper delusion. I bet you anything we're gonna get jump scared. I'm just waiting. Okay, to be fair, that did actually kind of scare me, but I didn't expect that. Yeah, no, reasonable. Yeah, God, he's felt totally... Isn't it ironic to think about the fact that he's totally felt traumatized, not about Takuji, but about Ayana? Well, not really traumatized, but... I don't know, just fearful. He'll get over it soon, but... Oh, will he? And then again, I mean, that hallucination, it wasn't exactly terrifying. It's not like... Saya no Uta spoilers, but it's not like something Fuminori would see. Well, to be fair, Fuminori always viewed the sky as just black. He never actually viewed any meat in the sky. But then again, I do wonder what he viewed the sky like when clouds were present. Because I don't remember seeing any clouds made of meat. The only thing I remember is when he's in the city and he's going back to his home, obviously, to greet Saya, and the sky is just black. It's the first time you hear the Schizophrenia soundtrack. Wait, no, it isn't. Well, it's the first time you hear it when you get an introduction to Fuminori's life. I hope we get an explanation for this.
1999年7月20日11時49分50、51、52
Oh fuck.
自然数0がある。いずれの自然数 A にもその校舎には関数サック A が与えられる。
Suck A. That's hilarious. Suck A. Eight. Yeah. Oh, I get it. It's kind of like a Fibonacci sequence in a way, because you do 2 plus 0, which is 2, and then 4 plus 2, which is 6, and then 6 plus 4 plus 2. I suppose you could think that, I don't know, I mean... 6 plus 2 times 4 is 14. 2 squared is 4. No, but how do you get from 4 to 6? I don't know. I wonder where he got this answer from. Well, it'd be 6, but... That's really unusual. Oh, yeah. Oh, god damn. X cubed minus 7x squared plus 16x minus 8. Hang on a second, that's actually really unusual. How can I have so many solutions? What? I've only ever seen cubic functions with like 3 solutions at the best. What? Oh yes, we're definitely gone from elementary school maths to fucking cubics. Oh wait, no, hang on a second, I get it now. Yeah, so it's probably just substituting random values in. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Well, actually, I'm kind of curious. What happens if we... Where's the function? Oh, there we go. What happens if we substitute 2 into this to see if we can do this? Right. Oh, God, I hate these. 8 minus 28 minus 20 plus 32 minus 8. That's 24, so minus 20. Oh, yeah, that's 4. Wait, let me just do that again. 8 minus 28 minus 20 plus 32, 12 minus 8, 4. Yeah. So it is 4. What happens if we substitute 4 in? Can I do that? No, that's too hard. I can't be bothered to do that. Let's just type it in a calculator. So what was it? So 64 minus 16 times 4 minus 8. Oh, it's 8, right. Yeah, so you just get the next value there. But why are there 2 values of 4 then? Wait, no, it doesn't mention minus 2. I was thinking maybe it could be a plus or minus situation, but I don't really know. Oh wait, hang on a second. No, I'm misremembering. Yeah, because this is what the student said. Yeah, that makes sense. This is unusual. So this person has a very different means of thinking. I kind of like how this adds up with everything, because I suppose there's a natural progression of numbers, but at the same time this person's head is geared differently in order to think it. Maybe that's kind of like a representation of how Ayana's head is so different to one that would perceive reality that the time progression is different. This teacher's not doing a very good job. Surely the most simple function, I mean, I suppose that's the most simple function that's mentioned here, but surely the most simple function is just, well, I was going to say x, but surely it could just be 0. It could just be nothing. I don't know. X minus x. What? That's so unusual. So he gets to 1,000 and then he starts adding 4. What? Oh yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah. But the only thing is, I mean, if it's a subjective, if computational, anything related to math, it's just so weird how I've kind of thought this as well. I mean, let's be honest, things like maths, things like mathematical formulas, like what's a good one? I don't know, let's go simple, like the cosine rule for finding out, I don't know, either lengths or angles for a triangle, for example. Or I don't know, for example, circular constants like pi. I mean, they feel like they're very accurately done, but at the same time I just find it so weird to think about the fact that things like these, they completely govern how the collective way of thinking with maths actually is. But at the same time, I mean, it feels so weird that universe's mysteries are solved with constants that are made by people. I mean, they're agreed on and used by tons of people, but at the same time, mysteries and sometimes genuine, well, most of the time, genuine things are predicted with maths, and genuine problems are solved. But at the same time, to what extent do you know things like these are actually correct ways of solving them? It just feels really weird how some real world problems are made on things that could possibly have such flaws to subjectivity. Because if, for example, somebody, I don't know, I mean, there is mathematical proof for agreeing that a lot of these things are the way they are, but I don't know. It's just really interesting what would have happened if... I just really wonder how, with any maths constant and physics constants as well, what would be changed if the means of getting that constant were different and the constant that was agreed on was different? I just wonder how much of science would change if that was a possibility. Yeah, it is, yeah. That's actually really interesting. So he's saying that the passing of time is subjective because of the fact that we all agree that it objectively flows in a linear progression, really. Yeah, a passage of the time, but more like it's a passage where I suppose time is, it's not a vector, so, I mean, it can only go in one, it only has magnitude, and there's no direction to it. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is you can't go into negatives, you can't go backwards in time. It's as if a passage, but the far end of the passage is always catching up. And it's always moving. Yeah, fair. I do see that, yeah. Well, it's just because of the fact that there is something that, if we can quantify something and if we can find out how time is flowing, then I suppose we can... Well, a numerical representation of time is important for so many things. But the only thing is, I like what Yukito's saying. I mean, these are possibilities. Do they... Yeah, seriously, yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. No, I can see that as well. But to be fair, I mean, realistically, the second is just a unit of measuring time. I mean, it may be constantly measuring. Wait, how does a clock actually work? I don't know this. I feel like I should, but... Yes, I know how to tell time on an analog clock. Oh, here we go. Oh, good. Yeah, nice one. We've got an actual explanation here. That's so weird. Oh, that's actually really cool. Alright, so these are loads of different types of clocks. That's so weird. That's really unusual. It is interesting. There is a scientific way of determining the time, but at the same time, I mean, and it obviously uses logic that humans have subjectively agreed on themselves. Well, to be fair, I mean, nah, I can't really argue that. I suppose, like the kids example, why do you consider that the progression of numbers that people subjectively agree on, but they feel it's subjective because everybody agrees on it, but in reality it is subjective. I can see that. If anything, it's kind of like a trap. You think that is the objective way numbers progress, but at the same time, what defines those numbers? Is it really objective? I like this. It's really odd. Oh god, wait, I've never actually heard of the thermodynamics second law. We might do this next year, actually. Oh, right, okay. Oh, okay, that's actually really not that simple. So, not that simple, sorry, not that complex. Well, heat always flows spontaneously from hotter to colder regions of matter. So it's basically like diffusion, but with heat. Is there anything more? Another statement is not all heat can be converted into work in a cyclic process. That's interesting. I've never heard of thermodynamics before, but we do thermal physics in, well, next year, so maybe we'll cover them. That's quite cool. That's unusual. Yeah, but then again, that is totally true. But it is interesting when you think about that, because if you think about the uniformity of nature, for example, you think about, I suppose you could just think why nature's temperatures are behaving like they are. When global temperatures start to increase and that uniformity is broken, people find ways in order to put what these new phenomena are into reason. But at the same time, I mean, I suppose that reason is based on the fact that your logic is the same and that it doesn't change. But the thing is, I mean, if mathematical constants or physical constants, if you find another value for them, would they change? And how would that change everything that has been calculated with those constants before? So cool. Yeah, but how do you necessarily know it will? It's the uniformity of nature paired with inductive reasoning, and it's a reminder of that paradox. And it is interesting how that kind of links to the flow of time. Why do you expect time to flow the same? How can you really use, I suppose, a second, which is kind of constant, as a value? And it is interesting, I will bring this up, because with the flow of time, I mean, it's really unusual how subjectively you can feel like time has gone really quick, or it feels like it's gone really slow. How quick time goes is entirely dependent on your mental state. And that's so weird, because even though time can be measured in objective units, it feels like time passes quicker depending on your emotions, even though it can so easily be quantified. And that's what I find so weird about just the fact that it is a progression. Yeah. Yeah, but how do you know it will be the same? No. Yeah, totally. But then again, I suppose, what is the present just a second ago? But what about the present 0 seconds ago? But the only thing is, I mean, the present 0 seconds... If anything, that is actually a really good question, because if you break time down into the smallest of units, I mean... Now is never, if you say, yes, now is going to be the time in which 0 seconds is from where I am, it will instantly be in the past. The second a fraction of I don't know, even a picosecond passes, it will be in the past. So I suppose now is constantly a time period where there is 0 seconds in the past present, and then the amount of seconds in the past just increases. Yeah, no, I see that, because the past and present, if anything, they're kind of like two sides of the same coin. Yeah. Yeah, that's unusual. I find it funny that he's very shocked and traumatized about Ayana, but then he just realizes the weight of what she's saying and how interesting it is to contemplate from a philosophical standpoint. And then he's interested. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah. To be honest, that's the weirdest thing. I mean, there's always memories of the fact that the past has existed, and there's always evidence of the fact that the past exists. But at the same time, I mean, the present isn't anywhere, and yet at the same time, the past isn't anything. You base your certainty on a past. Oh, that's a bit weird. So the past is everything that has happened as a result of the present, in a way. Because the present affects the past. But if anything, it technically has disappeared. Even though there is evidence for the fact that it has happened, you can never locate the past, you can never interact with the past once it's happened. Sure, you can prevent things that have happened in the past in the future. Like, for example, if you say something that hurts someone's feelings, you can say sorry to them the next day. That's kind of... And obviously, if they accept your apology, that's the incident prevented. Well, no, it isn't. It still happened, but... Like, the impact is going to be less over a period of time. Yeah, but you can't directly influence it. And it is weird. Let's just see. Was it 11:48 last time? Oh, okay, yeah, oh my god, that's hilarious. So he's, well, basically, let's just round this up to 50. He's spent 7 minutes just contemplating this. 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Well, we haven't actually got the seconds number, so I can't say 10 seconds. It could actually be 8 minutes if this is nearly 11:58. I can kind of see that though, it's a bit weird. Yeah. Yeah, genuinely, yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah, this is where philosophy becomes dangerous. Yeah. I mean, if this is something that humans have subjectively agreed on, then what is objective rules? What are objective rules? I see what he means, yeah. No, it isn't. I bet you I'm going to press the down arrow key and then something's going to happen. Oh, never mind. I'm just expecting something that's going to scare me. The day has not ended yet. Oh, Jesus. What the fuck? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Is it going to end there? What? Subject? What the fuck? Oh, that's just made everything so much weirder. Oh, so that's the end. Oh, yes. Minakami Yukito. Reasons that the world is not going to end. The world? Yeah, fuck you. Oh, I never realised that. So this is the same kanji for, I don't know, like jibun or mizukara, I think the word is. I forgot what the other one was. There's another weird reading of that kanji. Jizen, I think. It's that kanji though. That's interesting. I recognise it. That was a very interesting end. I liked it. I hope the stuff about the Tsui no Sora being there gets some explanation though. I found that very weird and I'm going to have a big job understanding that. But then again, if you apply the logic of the uniformity of nature to that situation, why should it not happen? That's just the nature of this world. And if anything, that's kind of the nature of anybody's world. I love that everything's just getting more and more progressively distorted and deformed. I wonder if we're going to see the voice actors anywhere. Jesus Christ. Dude, this really feels like I'm just being welcomed to a cult. I'm not even joking. Oh, here we are. Oh, that's Kotomi, Zakuro, Ayana, Yasuko, Riruru, Minakami. That's probably Yukito then. Bit of a weird reading for the kanji. I didn't read the last one though. Damn. I like it. I won't deny that it really does feel like you're entering a cult, but still. What a weird ending screen. This visual novel is weird. There's nothing else that I can say about it. It's just weird. It's fucking cool, but it is weird. Yeah, my god. So, I wonder... what's going to happen now that we've finished this? Everything's fading out. Oh, just a sudden finish. We're going to get jump scared. No, we're not. Okay. Right, we've got additional menus now. Oh, God. We've got the music. We've got all of the loops here. Some of them we haven't discovered yet. Have we nearly found every single soundtrack? That's a bit concerning. Right, my curious question. How many H scenes are there? Oh my god, there are 12 H scenes. If you disclude Knocking on Heaven's Door, so 24 in Tsubahibi, this game literally has half the H scenes in Tsubahibi. That's hilarious. This game has a surprisingly small amount of CGs as well. But yeah, I like that all of the CGs and the thumbnails for the H scenes, they're blurred. It feels really weird, but oh yeah, can we... what's the next chapter? Oh, Wakatsuki Kotomi, interesting. That would be nice. I'm looking forward to seeing more of her perspective and more of what the fuck happened with her and Yasuko as well. Or at least that's what I'm assuming we're going to get. I don't necessarily know. Right, I'm just going to have a little break, and then once we've done with that, I'm going to show you guys how, I don't know, how the alternate ending changes based on this choice here. I do wonder how it will change. I've heard that there's not much, but still, it'll be good to check. Right, here we go. I'm sorry, Kotomi, but yeah. Looks like we are not going to be civil members of society today. Somebody's in need and somebody is obviously very stressed. She's literally crying, but we're going to let her go because, yes, good idea. Yeah, but then again, I mean, I get that this is the case, but at the same time, if you're feeling properly upset, sometimes something like this is the best thing to do, because maybe your friend will be able to give you an alternate perspective. But I can see why she'd think that, of course. Sure thing, you definitely sound it. Yeah, it's interesting that she's feeling very upset here. It does make sense. I mean, I think it's probably just because of not only the stress of the classroom, but also just in general. Oh, yeah. Yukito not being there when she was needed the most. Probably just because of the fact that the classroom was really unpleasant due to everything that is going on. Oh, you are not? No. I mean, I don't disagree she is strong, but at the same time, I don't think... It's not a situation she deserves to experience by herself, really. She deserves to make it so that Yukito can help her. by Yukito experiencing part of her perspective of the situation, he may be able to do something, but she's just kind of brushing it away here. She really is.
強いって言ってもさ。
なんなら市内を持った私と戦ってみますか？
God.
ユキトは木刀でいいんだよ。
At least joking like this will help her in the long run.
いや、そりゃ剣道じゃお前の方がはるかに強いのは知ってるよ。
そういうことだ。だから安心して。
安心か。
そう。大丈夫だから。
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, she's obviously trying to put on a front just so that we're not worried, so how could you turn this situation around?
あのね、水上くん。
It's a tricky situation. What's going to be the same and what's going to be different? Oh yeah, oh that's annoying. I'm gonna have to skip through all the choices. I mean, why would these be different? Just guessing at this point. Right, let me just... Right, okay, so I just skipped over everything, and look at this. So, there's no H scene. There's genuinely no H scene. That's actually really quite surprising, but... Why is it surprising? I mean, this is no confirmation that Yukito is somebody who really cares about Kotomi's feelings, so I suppose it kind of makes sense for feelings not to escalate. Oh, does she sleep? Ah, that's... Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I like that. Anything else? Oh my god, that scene was so weird. Yeah, you just assume that Ayana... Oh, shit. Can I not exit this? Oh, I think I can. Yeah, I like that. You just assume that Ayana is going to be the same person. What the fuck? Why is my audio at minus 28.5? Fuck, my audio must have been low for the entire video. Sorry about that. Shit, I have no idea why that happened. For fuck's sake. Anyway, I suppose you assume that Ayana is going to be the same person. So, oh god! You realise that the nature of cause and effect... Well, not cause and effect, but, sorry, the uniformity of nature. It's broken. And that is the proof. And it does kind of make sense with how it ties into everything there. I like it. I think that ending was done really quite well with all of the thoughts that were going around there, and I just find it really quite funny that the entire point of that ending was just to prove a point. And I do find it interesting that there is a possibility that the world genuinely ends at the end of July the 20th, which I find really unusual, especially considering the Looking Glass Insects ending. I really wonder how that's going to be explained. Or maybe we should just think that Tsubahibi and Tsui no Sora are two different stories, so Tsubahibi's events don't affect Tsui no Sora's. I don't know. Right, so next chapter, it's going to be Wakatsuki Kotomi. It feels wrong seeing Kotomi Wakatsuki. It really does. But yeah, that will be quite exciting to look into tomorrow, and yeah, I will see you guys then. It will be really interesting to see what we're going to see next, because I kind of get the impression that this chapter here was like Tsui no Sora's substitute for Down the Rabbit Hole. But the only thing is, obviously, this is not Mamiya Takuji. If this was Mamiya Takuji, I would believe that it's my own invention, but it's not, so I don't really know what it's going to be. I'm excited to see. So, yeah, see you guys then.